Alright guys, Fuller coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. If you like this video, please feel free to like the video, and if you choose to, I invite you to subscribe to the page, hit the notification icon, and be kept up to date with what we have going on the channel. First and foremost, I want to say that, I hope that with this whole pandemic, that you are flourishing, that you are finding opportunity in where there seems like there isn't any opportunity, and that with this opportunity, you're learning about yourself, and you're also learning that, new things can be gained with this whole situation we find ourselves in. Now, secondly, I'm gonna always be reporting on countries that want to take a different path rather than the ones that are placed at their feet that really end up doing more harm to their people than good. I'm always going to be that person to do that. And so we find ourselves again with Cuba and Venezuela in the jaws of Western, or I should just really say American imperialism. So I read an article, or I should say I skimmed through an article that said that now Venezuela and Cuba are going to be placed on the terror list, the worldwide terror list. So I have to ask myself, does Venezuela or Cuba have a track record of actually bombing people? Does Venezuela actually, or Cuba, have a track record of actually shooting up a place where there's civilians? Does Venezuela or Cuba have a track record of giving, or how should I say, actually developing nuclear weapons or biological weapons for destruction? A better question is, does Cuba have, or Venezuela have, a track record of actually going to war, actually waging war on other countries, because those countries won't conform to what the bully is trying to get them to do? That's the question I had to ask myself, And from doing a little bit of history and a little bit of research, the answer is a very much emphatic no. They haven't done anything like that. On the flip side, let's ask ourselves some questions about the United States. Has the United States increased in its domestic terrorism through the means of white supremacist groups who are targeting minorities and who shoot up places and also have plots and plans to blow up places? Yes. Has the United States accidentally bombed women and kids in numerous places such as Yemen, Afghanistan, Iraq? Yes. Has the United States done economic terrorism to places that won't conform, and literally using starvation tactics in order to get those places to conform? Yes. Has the United States used a big propaganda machine to paint narratives that are really far from the truth? Yes. Has the United States sold weapons to known terrorists in the form of Saudi Arabia, who definitely export their extremist Islamic ideology across the world, notably, especially in Africa, but definitely in Europe as well? Yes. Are they on the terrorist though? The terror list though? No, they're not. Not on it. So again, this is just Washington doing what it does because these two countries will not conform to what it wants them to do. Now they're starving Venezuela's oil as well. And this is just an extra blow, despite the fact that there were two terrorists from America who were part of a plan to assassinate Nicolas Maduro and replace him with the white supremacist Juan Guaido. And Juan Guaido also provided the funds, I think it was $212 million, in order for this to take place. Okay? So, and then to take it a step further, the people who were trying to attempt this coup were rogue mercenaries from Colombia. But it was orchestrated by the United States. And Donald Trump just blatantly lied and said that he had nothing to do with it. But I mean, he lies about a lot of things. That's no surprise to me, you know. And so, you know, with Venezuela on the terror list and Cuba on the terror list, I hate to say it, but I expect like some kind of military action to definitely take place in Venezuela. I think that, you know, since these coups are not working, these coup attempts are not really producing the desired results, that now they're going to result to just blatantly attacking Venezuela. Kind of like when George Bush just blatantly attacked Iraq. You know, I think it's going to get to that point now. We're at that level now. And with that being said, all we can do is just like pray that their plans don't succeed. But I just find it hypocritical that they put these two countries on the terror list and they're the biggest terrorists in the world. I mean, bar none. Let's just kind of do a rundown of some of the terrorism in which they have perpetrated across the globe. The atomic bombings of not one place but two places, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's one example. The domestic bombing of, I believe it was an affluent Philadelphia neighborhood that had black businesses, black ownership, black economic empowerment. That's another example. The destruction of Black Wall Street. That's another example. The CIA uh, orchestrated coup d'etat against Patrick Lumumba. That's another example. The CIA orchestrated coup against Thomas Sankara. That's another example. The CIA orchestrated coup against Amilcar Cabral. That's another example. The CIA orchestrated assassination of Malcolm Little, El Haj Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X. That's another example. The CIA orchestrated coup against Maurice Bishop. That's another example. The CIA orchestrated Iran-Contra affair to supply Nicaraguans against the Sandinistas. That's another example. Me basically getting shot at by police. That's another example. Me and countless others, not just myself, getting racially profiled and doing legitimate things in our lives without any criminal backgrounds getting profiled. That's another example. The cops trying to put faulty charges on me. That's another example. The cops planting drugs on other people. That's another example. All these examples that I name are examples of terrorism, but yet they're not on the list. United States is not on the list. And they perpetrated darn near every single unthinkable act of terrorism you can ever think of. The carpet bombing of North Korea, or no, the Korean Peninsula in general, North and South Korea. That's another example. Yeah, I can go on and on until I'm blue at the face. But yet Venezuela and Cuba go on that list, and they have no track record of doing things like that. You know? Really sad, man. Really freaking sad. But you know, again, I stand by my true Cuban and Venezuelan brothers and sisters. I'm not talking about the ones who are, how should I put it, consumed in white superiority complex and imperialism, okay? I don't ride for them. I ride for the true ones who want nothing more than a peaceful, progressive life for themselves and people in their country, their fellow countrymen. But with that being said, man, that's all I'm going to say. You know, at this point, you know, in my language, we would say, America Naji, Be Nafiki Jobe. What basically means Americans are hypocrites. Okay? That's what it means. But with that being said, I'm going to sign out. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments about this issue. And I'll get at you with another one. As it stands right now with the boxing, it's like kind of, I don't know, because we're hearing the call outs, we're hearing the back and forth on Twitter and things of that nature. But, you know, we don't know when things aren't going to normalize here. That's what we have to understand. Things will not be normal again here. And we have to come to that realization. And so I don't know when boxing is going to be back. So I really don't know what to report on boxing, except for the usual jargon back and forth, which is cool. But, you know, I don't know, man. It's just, I won't say boxing is dry. I would just say that now words are at an all-time high. That's what I will say. So, with that being said, man, I don't know. I mean, I may report on some of the the things coming out of boxing in the next video. But you guys let me know what you want to see on the next video in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section. Let me know what you want to see. I was also thinking about doing kind of like a paying homage to two of my favorite footballers, Samuel Eto'o and Didier Drogba, and comparing the two on who is better. Because this has been an age-long argument about who is the better player. And I was actually thinking of doing a breakdown and comparison of all their achievements, all their skills, all their strengths, all their weaknesses, and things of that nature. So, with that being said, this is Fuga signing out. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Shout out.